hours after dark. Time don't wait, so where do I start? I wanna be a legend, gotta make my mark. I'm trying to be the Kobe on the court of the game. I wanna hear all the fans scream my name. Encore, do it again. Hard in the paint, coach put me in. Took a lot of L's in the past. Hey man, I can't fail, I gotta make it all last. Time to tick, 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 tick. Getting the money and get it quick, quick, quick. Wake up early just to clock in. Chasing my dreams, I wanna live big. If you don't do it, no one else will. Achieving your goals, tell me how does it feel? 'Cause falling down ain't really what it seems. Feel like I am on the run, I gotta chase my dreams. I gotta chase them, ooh, I gotta chase them. Clock don't stop for the runner up. I'm coming up. Clock don't stop for the runner up. I'm coming up. Celebrate, came up on it.
All right, welcome to Unlimited Power. I am D-Rod, and I am excited to just do some playtesting tonight for Thrawn. Usually I've been trying to do some streaming of sealed events, but right now, I think during the week, I'd love to just pick a deck or pick a character and try a few things that we are seeing out there. Tonight, I'm going to be trying Grand Admiral Thrawn with some builds from the general public that you can find on Star Wars Unlimited Deck Building.com. I'll be trying out 2 decks built by people there. You'll find links in the description below to these decks. One built by TheRebelPebble and the other one built by Timmy Bunn. I know Tim, and so I'm excited that I saw that on there today, and excited to see what he's built. I won't lie, it's not the first time I've played a deck that Timothy Bunn has built in Star Wars. I'm pretty sure I've done it for Destiny, and I don't think I ever did it for the LCG, but I know him and I have had some conversations about that before in the past. So yeah, I'm just excited to start to get playing here. And we're going to play test against a few different decks here. We have a Vader Control, a Inquisitor that's mostly aggro, a Leia Tempo, and another deck of Han. So these are a couple of decks I found early on in my discovery of Star Wars Unlimited on Force Table, where I just kind of got these maybe about a month ago or longer. So they're not super updated. I apologize if anyone knows specifically who built these types of decks. I may have made a few changes already, but they're definitely sticking with the theme of tempo, aggro, control, and then just a interesting Han deck. So I think just play testing these different Thrawn ones and going through them is going to be fun. But let's take a look at the first one we're going to be looking at here. And we're going to go ahead and pick Tim Bunn's deck. So, named I'm Blue, Dabu Dee Dabu Die. And we're just going to take a look at some of the cards we're running in here. So, of course, we're running Grand Admiral Thrawn, Patient and Insightful as the leader. Tim chose Jeddah City as his base, which means he's getting an action, but he's losing 5 hit points. The action is you can give a non-leader unit -4, -0 for this phase. So it's good. It can buy you some time. We'll see how it does against the health with that low health. He's running 26 units. 3 of them are Admiral Mahdi. When defeated, you may ready a black unit. Boba Fett Disintegrator. 3 of those. This is one on attack. If the unit is attacking an exhausted unit that didn't enter play this turn, deal 3 damage to the defender. So it's a good card, but a couple of restrictions there. Bosk Deadly Stalker, 5 cost with Ambush, and when you play an event, you may deal 2 damage to a unit. 3 Cell Block Guards with Sentinel. 3 General Veers to give all Imperial units +1/+1. Greedo, slow on the draw. When they're defeated, you may reveal the top card of your deck. Sorry, you may discard the top card of your deck. And if it's not a unit, deal 2 damage to a ground unit. ISB Agent, when it comes into play, you may reveal an event from your hand. If you do, deal 1 damage to a unit. Snow Trooper Lieutenant, when it comes into play, you can attack with another Imperial unit. You may attack with a unit, but if it's Imperial, you get +2/+0. And 2 Syndicate Lackeys, which are also a 5 cost unit with Ambush. A lot of these cards are similar from what I've seen for other deck builds. Bosk, Boba, and Syndicate Lackeys usually making the list for a non-Imperial. So that's pretty common to see with the yellow build. Really gives you that aggressive Yeah, just aggressive nature you need when you're running Thrawn and playing a little bit of control. You really want characters that can come into play and hit quickly. You don't really want to be taking more turns waiting and having a big field. You want to activate quickly. So that seems to be the theme across a lot of Thrawn decks I've been seeing. Space units, we're running 12. The Mining Guild TIE Fighter, which is great, allows you to draw cards for 2 resources. The 7th Fleet Defender, which is an Imperial unit that comes into play shielded. TIE Advance to give Imperial units +2 experience tokens. And 3 TIE Fighters. Events, we're running Asteroid Sanctuary, where you can exhaust enemy unit and give a shield token to a friendly unit that costs 3 or less. Cunning, which is 2 yellow. This is why Tim is probably running the Jedha City here. So you can choose 2 in any order. 1, return a non-leader unit with 4 or less to its owner's hands. Give a unit +4/+0 for this phase. Exhaust 2 units, or an opponent discards a random card from their hand. So I can see why why this card is good. I can see why it costs 2 yellow. And we're just going to see how we feel about this being ran. No Good to Me Dead, 2 cost. Exhaust a unit. That unit can't ready this round. Good card. Just good card. And Waylay, return a non-leader unit to its owner's hand. So I'm excited to try this, excited to play this a bit. I'll definitely make some mistakes because this is going to be my first time running this card, or this deck. Not my first time playing Thrawn, but we're going to see how this goes. Again, we're going to be playing on forcetable.net here against AI. We're going to choose Tim as the player 1. And for player 2, let's go with something basic. Let's go with Inquisitor Aggro. Inquisitor here is actually running a red-red-black build. A good spread of units that you can see here. Some Fallen Lightsabers and the couple of essentially kill spells, so damage spells. So yeah, I think this will be fun. Let's go ahead and get started here. All right. Again, if you want to find more of these decks or download the deck yourself, you can go to SWUDB.com, which is Star Wars Unlimited Deck Building, and you can find those links in the description below. All right, let's go ahead and start. All right. Update the board here a little bit. Something went wrong. Sorry about that, everyone. Let's see here if I can fix this real quick. What is going on? Something is wrong. All right, there we go. Sorry about that, everyone. That's what we get for playing around with some stuff and not fixing it. All right, rookie move. Rookie move. Did I mention I'm a rookie? If you have not seen my amount of streams, this is like the 5th one. So you're going to see those kind of fun little mistakes, because why not? I'm having fun, and I'm just here to have fun. So let's take a look at our cards here and see if we need a mulligan. A couple of 3-cost cards. A lot of options here. I don't like having a lot of options. I always like it when it's clear of what I'm going to do. So turn 1, we'll be going first. I'm not going to be able to play anything really but the Greedo this turn. But that Asteroid Sanctuary is going to come into play, come in handy really well. The Guard is going to be nice to drop. And I think I'll probably have to drop both 7th Fleet Defenders as a resource. So let's go ahead and do that. No mulligan. Choose 7 Fleet Defenders as our resources, dropping those. Now let's take a look at the top card of the deck. So they have a TIE Fighter, we have a TIE Fighter, 1 cost, and they have a 2-cost Snowtrooper. Now a reminder of how Grand Admiral Thrawn's ability works is at the beginning of the action phase, we look at both players' decks, just the top cards, and for 1 resource we can tap the Grand Admiral, reveal the top card of any player's deck and exhaust a unit that costs the same or less. So we only have up to 2. Chances of us using this turn, probably not going to happen. Let's go ahead and drop Greedo. And the opponent's going to play First Legion Snowtrooper there. So, while attacking a damage unit, this unit gets +2/+0 and gains Overwhelmed. Alright, I like the card. Not really a problem for us. We're going to go ahead and take the initiative. The Inquisitor is going to do 2 damage to the First Legion Snowtrooper to attack our Greedo. And unfortunately, Greedo slow to the draw, is slow to do anything. The top card of our deck, again, is the TIE Fighter. So, no point in doing anything with this. We're just going to say no. Alright. First Legion Snowtrooper dies from Greedo's damage. Another reason why we needed to say no. Okay, so now we have no units in play. They do not have one either. I think we're going to drop the Cell Block Guard, and we're going to put the TIE Fighter in as a resource. Alright, let's play again, another TIE Fighter on the top card of our deck, and they have a Force Choke. Deal 5 damage to a non-vehicle unit, and a controller will draw a card. Well, at least I'll enjoy drawing a card. Let's put the guard out. Okay, they did the same thing. Subblock Guard for Subblock Guard. There's a possibility that they may use the Grand Inquisitor to swing, but if the AI picks this, they're just going to kill their guard. So we're just going to go ahead and take the initiative. Oh, okay, the AI picked it just to kill the guard. The guard's going to swing into my guard, and both will trade. Sometimes the AI really impresses me, and sometimes the AI just baffles me. And this is one of those where I feel baffled, very much so. All right. We're not getting our units in play long enough to really do anything. We know they have a Force Choke, so they'll kill the next unit that comes out, like this Boba Fett. So, let's do... Let's go space. Let's put them... let's do something fun here. Alright, we have another Asteroid Sanctuary in our hand, and they have a Viper Droid. I'm going to play the TIE Fighter. They're going to play a Snowtrooper Lieutenant. They have no other unit to make that work. Let's go... I'm going to pass. I want to see what the opponent does here. Alright, they play a Viper Probe Droid to look at my hand. Okay. We're going to go ahead and play... Man, I don't think I'm going to do anything, actually. He'll use the Inquisitor again. This AI enjoys using the Inquisitor, and why not? They can take the damage. No, they can't take the damage. They'll kill both their things. Alright, we're just going to take the initiative. No reason to play anything else at this moment. I'd rather save the Asteroid Sanctuary for something better. And now we have 3, so I'm just going to get rid of one of those. Save the 2 for when we need it. Let's actually have some fun here with some tricks. Bosk on our side with the 5, so we can discard or tap anything that's 5 or less, and they have a TIE Fighter. First things first, let's buff up our TIE Fighter by dropping this TIE Advance, and we'll give 2 experience tokens here. They'll play the Probe Droid, which is fine. We're going to use our ability, and we're going to reveal the top card of our deck, which we know is Bosk, and we're going to go ahead and tap the Probe Droid here. He plays another Snowtrooper Lieutenant to attack with this other one for 4 total, using that bonus. We're going to go ahead and swing on Tarkin Town with our TIE Fighter. Alright, they're going to take the initiative, which is annoying. That's okay. And there's nothing else we want to do this turn, so we're going to pass. We have the Snowtrooper Lieutenant, which is good. Bosk, which is good based on the amount of events we have. Let's drop the Lieutenant right now. That puts us at 6 resources, so we can still play up to Bosk and use some abilities, or play a couple other spells here. Events, sorry. Greedo's on the top of our deck, and another Force Choke. All right, that Force Choke is nasty, and they're going to play Grand Inquisitor. Okay. All right, we can't tap anything there. We can exhaust an enemy unit, which I think is what we're going to do. So let's exhaust the Inquisitor and put a shield token on the TIE Fighter. And then they play Open Fire on the TIE Fighter, which, good thing we played that shield. We have 4 more resources remaining. I'm actually going to play Waylay and return the TIE Advance to my hand. Alright, we'll take 3 damage from that probe droid. We'll use Tarkin's action ability to exhaust the cost of a card. We're going to choose the opponent's, which we know is Force Choke. And we're going to go ahead and exhaust a probe droid that hits for 3. He'll hit us for another 2. We're going to swing with our TIE Fighter on Tarkin Town for 4. And then they'll hit us again with another Snowtrooper for 2. Alright, lots of trades here. Let's go ahead and take the initiative. We could put Thrawn out, but I really would rather go first next turn. The opponent only has 3 resources left, 1 card in hand, and ended up not playing anything, which is great. We're left off with Greedo, No Good to Me Dead, TIE Advance, Bosk, and Asteroid Sanctuary again. So let's go ahead and drop Greedo. And it is our turn to go. Now Bosk has Ambush, and we have another Bosk up top of the deck. So 5 there, and 3 for that lightsaber. I really want to play this Bosk and use the other abilities, but I have a feeling, we know there's another Force Choke in there, and Bosk isn't going to survive very long. It will get the opponent to play that Force Choke, and we could take out a unit, and they'll waste a card. We just won't really be able to use Asteroid Sanctuary after that. So let's just go ahead and play Asteroid Sanctuary, just to give us the shield. We will exhaust the Inquisitor and a shield on the TIE Fighter. Alright, for some reason this power droid was given the lightsaber. That's attached to a non-vehicle unit. That's fair, it's a droid. Making it a 6/5. Alright, we can play Bosk, or we can tap it down. I think we're gonna, well, yeah, let's tack it down. Action ability. We'll choose our Bosk off the top of our deck. We will choose the Viper Droid and tap, and he will swing with us, on us with the Snowtrooper Lieutenant. Okay. Let's go ahead and play the TIE Fighter, giving this TIE Fighter, or TIE Advance, to give our TIE Fighter more experience tokens. They have 1 unit remaining. Now we're going to go ahead and put out Grand Admiral Thrawn, and here comes those Force Chokes, allowing us to draw a card. Thrawn will go ahead and finish off the Snowtrooper. There really isn't anything to tap, so we're just going to let that go. Oof. Opponent takes the initiative, and we'll go ahead and swing on Tarkin Town for a good 7, I believe. 6. All right. It is now 9 to 11. So I like the way this is going. We have 2 Bosks, and we have a No Good to Me Dead. Let's see what happens. We're not going first, though. We're going to drop Greedo. All right. A Waylay for 3 and a Fang Fighter for 3, and they play a Fallen Lightsaber again on this probe droid. I'm sorry, but this probe droid isn't going to do anything. What should we do here? Let's go ahead and we can tap the probe droid, or we can play Bosk and kill something, but I think we're just going to go ahead and attack with Thrawn on the base. Probe droids are 2, so we already know we can tap a unit. We'll pick ours, which is 3, and we will go ahead and exhaust this Viper probe droid. All right, they'll swing with their probe droid to hit us for 3. Well, guess what? We're going to go ahead and attack with our TIE fighter to hit him for 6, dropping him down to 2. And they will swing with their Inquisitor, knocking us down to 3, but we will finish the game with the TIE advanced. And there we go. All right, first try with Tim Bunn's deck. We defeat a Inquisitor aggro. Not a lot there. We really spent our time playing the space side of the game because we know those force chokes were readily available and were only going to cost our opponent 1 since they had a force user in play towards the end there. It would have helped drawing the card, but you know, that's the decision we went, and at the end of the day, a W is a W. So let's go ahead and load a new deck. All right. We are done with the Inquisitor. Now we're going to try a Vader Control deck. I really like playing Vader Control. I think if Grand Admiral Thrawn wasn't coming out in this first set, I would definitely be spending more time playing a Vader Control, and I may still. Vader Control is one of my favorite decks from the Star Wars game. Ever since he got him in the starter decks and the Star Wars CCG from Decipher, I've just always been a fan. He's the definition of a bomb for most of the card games. And as we've seen him progress from things like Star Wars TCG, Star Wars LCG, and Star Wars Destiny, he's always been a character that can really hold his own against the rest of the field. You're seeing good stuff packaged around him. We'll see lightsabers, we'll see force chokes, we'll see things that really start working with him. I really love the synergy that most creators have put around Vader. And in this game, it's no different. So, really excited that he's here. I think he's a great card. I really, he's definitely going to be my backup, honestly, that I'll be playing a lot. And I won't be surprised if we see him be a top tier meta deck for a while, because when is he not? And he probably should be, because he's Lord Vader. All right, let's just get to it. All right, look at that. The board actually loaded correctly this time. That's great. Okay, we have a lot of 3-drops here. Boba Fett and Veers. Double Veers, double Boba Fett. Well, that Veers looks like something we can get rid of, but once we get rid of 2 of them, that's it. So we won't have any more coming in for the rest of the game, except 1. So we may do a Boba Fett Veers trade and keep this set up. Let's go ahead and do it. We're having fun. We're testing things out. You know what? I'm actually going to get rid of the boss since it's a 5 cost. Let's do Bosk and Boba Fett. These bounty hunter scum. Let's get rid of them, right? Cunning for 4. All right. And open fire. So we'll be able to tap down anything that comes into play. Let's play my favorite yellow vehicle, Mining Guild TIE Fighter. Vader plays a 1-cost unit as well. Let's double check Vader's ability. For 1, if you played a black card, which they did, this phase, you can deal 1 damage to a unit and 1 damage to a base. All right. I guess I can tell you what's happening now. Let's take the initiative. There it is. 1 damage to the Mining Guild TIE Fighter and 1 damage to Jeddah City. All right. That Vader tempo, things are built around it, I'm telling you. Okay, Cunning is here. It's good. Tim, it's good. It's a good card. Let's play for the turn. I'm getting rid of it. Yeah, so let's just see what happens. Again, we're playing a deck created by Tim Bunn, found on StarWarsUnlimitedDB.com, which is the deck building site. You can find links down in the description. We're playing a Thrawn build, who allows us to look at the top card of a deck beginning of every action phase. So we have a tie advanced, which is 4, and the opponent has a takedown, which is 4. So anything 4 or less, we can tap down. This TIE fighter is not going to survive very long, and I'd rather get the draw. So let's go ahead and attack. Sure. Yeah, we'll go for it. Pay 2 resources to draw a card? Sure, why not? Let's just do it. Is it the right move? Doesn't matter. I did it anyway. Alright. Okay, yeah, well, apparently it was the right move because Vader had no cards to play this turn, leaving us. The only option is to pass, so. Alright, we'll draw 2 cards, adding Cell Block Guard and no good to me dead in our hand. A lot of Imperial units making Boba seem a little silly, so I think we're going to drop the Boba. We get another Cell Block Guard for 3, and they Fallen Lightsaber for 3. So far, we've been matching Vader every turn with what we're drawing as far as cost. He's going to play something, that's for sure. Let's drop the Cell Block Guard first. Player 2 passes since they took the initiative. Okay, well. The AI must not have anything good. Well, no, we've seen the AI's turns. They had a 4, which is an what did they have last time? A takedown. Interesting. All right, I'm not sure what the AI is doing, but we're going to go ahead and pass because I have nothing else to do either. How very Imperial of this in the setup, right? 2 hands of the Emperor, the only Grand Admiral that happens to be non-human, and then the other hand, which happens to be a Sith Lord. Apprentice, I guess, but we'll call him a Sith Lord. All right, we have this cunning. I'm tempted to play it now. I think that's going to be the right thing to do. Let's get rid of Waylay and give Cunning some love here in a second. We have another Waylay coming into play, so that worked out. And they have Entrenched, which will give their units +3/+3, but they cannot attack bases. Alright, you played Death Trooper. Okay. How about we play Cunning? Return it to its hand, which would be fine. Right? No, probably not. Let's make them work for this. We'll put out a Tarkin. Veers. Sorry, that's my bad. And they'll play a Death Trooper with Entrenched, so we know that's going to be swinging on us next turn. But they have no more resources, so he cannot trigger the Darth Vader ability, which because it cost them 1, I believe. Yep. So, all right, we can play 1 more card, which is no good to me dead, or we can take the initiative, which I believe is what we're going to do. Yeah, we're going to take the initiative. The opponent has nothing else to do either, so we should be starting a new turn, which we are. I think I'm just going to return their stuff to their hand now. Reason why I really want to see, we're going to get rid of a shield and we're going to get rid of Entrenched, so Waylay is kind of the best option here to play. Let's drop. Sorry, going to get rid of Cunning, Tim. My bad, man. Maybe we're not going to see it. We just won't see it this turn. Thrawn's ability shows us Bosk as the top card of our deck, which is a 5, and a Death Star Trooper on the Vader's deck, which is a 1. Now, I can just use Thrawn's ability for 1 and take care of this Death Trooper, which I think is what I'm going to do, actually. So, Thrawn's ability, let's exhaust. We're going to pick our deck. 5. Death Trooper only costs 3, so let's tap. And here comes that Fallen Lightsaber. Okay, that's so funny to me. All right, let's do some damage. Swing on their base with Veers for 3. He'll play another Entrenched. I'm about to bounce that, and it's going to be great. It's going to feel great. Let's see. We have 5. Can't do a whole lot. I can't play this and that, so let's play the TIE Fighter. Whoa, what does Vader's ability come through? If you played a black card, what was black? The lightsaber? Okay. I see. Well, you know what? If you want to play that way, I'm going to play that way. Let's just bounce the Death Trooper to your hand, and guess what? Now, Entrenched, and the lightsaber have gone to the graveyard, or the discard pile. Using all those magic terms. Yeah, so I think that's pretty awesome. The opponent already took the initiative. Let's swing with this Cell Block Guard, who only has 1 health remaining. And let's put out Thrawn and swing with Thrawn as well. Let's be on the attack now. There's no unit to exhaust, so we're just not going to reveal. No more action abilities to really trigger this turn. Let's move on. These are all good cards. I think I'm going to get rid of Veers. Watch, he's going to destroy my Veers right now. Alright, Syndicate Lackey's on the top of our deck, which is a 5 cost with Ambush, giving us some answers, and Vader's Lightsaber. Now, when he attaches this to Vader, Vader's going to deal 4 damage to a ground unit automatically. So that will probably take care of our Veers. Ooh, I'm Your Father gets played. A 3-cost card. Gambit event. Deal 7 damage to an enemy unit unless its controller says no. If they do, draw 3 cards. They're coming after Veers. 3 cards is fine, honestly, but I'm not really going to take a benefit from it. Getting rid of my Veers makes this tougher. He really wants my Veers gone. I'm actually going to say no. That's the Gambit here. It's a Gambit for both of us. Great card, put your opponent on tilt. Yeah, I'm just going to say no. Let him draw 3. Give me some more time to figure this out. Because guess what? We are just going to play a TIE Advance and put 2 experience tokens on Veers. Now let's go ahead and play... Ooh, how much Vader need? Vader needs 8 to come out. The opponent has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 characters. Okay. Cell Block Guard it is. Oh, I was wrong. He had 8. I just can't count. Alright, Vader's in play, and I will not have a way of stopping him this turn, but we have 2 Cell Block Guards. He'll probably play that lightsaber, so let's just finish this game now. There it is, 4 damage to Veers, who's still standing, 5 damage to the security complex. Admiral Thrawn will not attack. Let's attack with our Cell Block Guard, who's going to hit for 4. Vader will swing, and he has to hit one of our guards, but when he does attack, they can deal 2 damage to a unit, which is how he got past all these other units really easily. But, sorry, the Grand Admiral always wins. Patient and insightful. Tim Bunn, have you created another deck that I love, and that is fun. You've done it before, sir, but usually you're only giving me deck ideas that are light side focused. So, excited that you gave me this one. And by give, I mean you posted it and I happened to find it. So, thanks. Alright. Well, I'm not saying that the decks that this is going against are amazing, but this has been really fun at this time. So, we don't need a reveal. We'll win. Let's go ahead and go back and choose a new deck. All right, let's get in here. All right, so I think this time we've gone against Vader, we've gone against the Inquisitor. Let's see how Tim's deck does against a Tempo Leia deck. If you haven't seen Leia played, she is really good at skipping actions. Essentially, she'll play a lot of cards that will just come into play and then start swinging. Similar to what we see with these snowtroopers when they come into play. And you can see Thrawn does this a little bit using ambush mechanics, but a lot of Leia tempo is so synergized. Like, it's hard for me to believe she's not going to be a tier 1 deck. Really fun for the aggro players out there, so let's go ahead and take a look. All right, so Leia is always a beast. I think you got to kind of always play this one smart. She's going to put opponent units out every turn. I think I'm going to keep this hand, and I'm going to get rid of the TIE Advanced, and maybe No Good to Me Dead. Ah, see, this is the problem. These cards are all important against this Leia deck. Oof. We're not going to mulligan. If you play against me a lot of times, you know I don't like mulliganing because especially in playtest, I'd rather just be forced to take whatever a bad hand is and see what I can do with it. And I think that's still, the best way to do this, even in this type of event where we're just having fun, because you'll never know how good a deck is until you can put it in multiple situations. You won't always know what the right play is unless you're forcing yourself to play stuff out that isn't working to your benefit. So let's just see. We're going to drop Beers in the Advance, which do buff up our units, but don't give us a good start. And with Leia, I think we're going to need a good start. All right, top card of our deck is a 3 cost, and top card of Leia deck is also a 3 cost. Look at this unit. 3 cost white, 2/1 Rebel Fighter. So it's a Rebel unit, which is going to get some bonuses. And when it's played, you give 2 experience tokens to another friendly Rebel unit. Immediately from the jump, can get there a lot quicker than the Empire can. So let's play a card. We're just going to play a Greedo. And they will play a C-3PO, which is fine. We will play an ISB agent, and we will reveal an event. Let's reveal Waylay. I don't want them to know we have No Good to Be Dead. And let's deal 1 damage to C-3PO here. Leia's going to take the turn, and we're going to pass. Okay, next card, we're going to have to put something down the ground. On the resources, and our options really are the 7th Fleet Defender or the Cell Block Guard. Neither of our units are going to be our hard hitters. So the 7th Fleet Defender gives us a little bit of bonus there in case Leia starts dropping home 1s. We know she has that Rebel Fighter in play that's going to give experience tokens to a Rebel unit, so she could buff up C-3PO. C-3PO is going to filter her deck every time he attacks. So are we going to have to kill C-3PO? So let's get rid of the Defender. Every single one of these small units Leia plays is annoying. So each one does something when they attack. They can get stronger, they can buff each other, and she can play an Admiral Akbar that will do damage based on the amount of ground units they have. So it's better to kind of keep them dead or off the field and moving forward. Tapping them is going to be okay, but most of the time you're just going to want to remove them. We have a TIE Advance, so we have a 4-cost card. And they have a Rebel Pathfinder, which is 2, with Saboteur, so it's going to ignore Sentinel and the shields and just swing. Here comes that Wing Leader, giving 2 experience tokens to C-3PO, giving him +1/+1 twice. So C-3PO is now a 3/6. A 3/6. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. So we are going to go ahead and just get rid of 3PO. And the opponent's going to go ahead and take the initiative. There's nothing else for them to do. We're going to take advantage of this, and we're going to swing. Again, I feel like when you're going against the Leia tempo deck, some of the best things you can do is be just as aggressive. You may not be able to match them, but you need to stop them, right? You need to disrupt the tempo. Tempo is it's in the title because it's what it does. She can consistently be building upon herself and her units every turn. So you can mess up that foundation, and you'll slow them down. All right, we have another Waylay, a TIE Advance, and a Cell Block Guard, and a No Good to Be Dead. Out of these options, I think I'm going to get rid of the Cell Block Guard. No. I could make the ISB agent bigger. No Good to Me Dead is going to give us a little bit of time when this Leia comes out. Because when Leia swings, it's going to give more raid to every other unit. Sorry, Advanced. You're out. You're out. All right. Top card of our deck, Asteroid Sanctuary. I'll take a shield. Top card of their deck, Leia Organa. That's right. This is 2 Leias in this deck. So you play Leia as a commander, and you play Leia as a unit. Defiant Princess. You can see here she's 2 cost, 1 red, 1 yellow, 1 white. And when played, ready a resource or exhaust a unit. So good and so annoying to play against. So this is what makes Leia so strong. Here comes Fleet Lieutenant. When played, attack with a unit. If it's a rebel unit, get +2/+0. We've seen this before on Imperial Snowtroopers, but playing it in this type of deck makes it even better. So we get hit by the wing leader for 5. Or for 4, sorry. All right. Well, we don't want to bounce any of those 2 cards. Let's go ahead and swing with Greedo. Drop him down 23, and here comes R2-D2. When played, look at the top card of your deck. You may put it on the bottom of your deck. Otherwise, leave it there. So, there it is. Let's play... the guard. All right, Leia takes the initiative. We'll go ahead and swing with the agent. Swing on R2-D2 for 1. And we'll pass. These are all really good cards. So we can exhaust units to get shields, which is helpful, and we can keep some units exhausted, which is going to be helpful. Let's get rid of Waylay, since it's a 2 cost, so we can play 2 cards this turn. We also have Snowtrooper Lieutenant, so we can tap anything down that's 2 or less, and they have Asteroid Sanctuary, which is 2 as well. All right, they Waylay our Cell Block Guard. All right. We'll do an action ability. Let's tap down one of their units. 2. We're going to tap down R2-D2. Here comes Leia. She taps our Greedo. Let's play No Good to Me Dead. And we're going to go ahead and tap their Fleet Lieutenant, so we'll not untap next turn. And here comes Leia Organa. So when this unit completes an attack, you may attack with another Rebel unit. Nope, not happening. We're going to exhaust this unit for 2 turns. Sorry, Leia. You're out of here. Alright, and that's what I'm talking about. So you can see on the board, Leia has now some options. When she completes an attack, you can attack with another Rebel unit next turn, and she gets raid 1. When you see stuff like this, Fleet Lieutenant, you could play a Fleet Lieutenant, attack with the Princess Leia, and attack with another unit, which is gross. Just gross. It's all gross. We're going to take the initiative. Opponent has nothing else they can play, and we need to start getting ahead. These are all good cards. Lieutenant could buff our ISB agent, making him a little bit harder, and he can hit hard on another unit, which is good. Boss can come into play and also take out a unit. And the Subblock Guard is going to be important later on. All these cards are solid. We only have 5 right now, so we can play Bosk and still use Thrawn's ability, or we can play 2 other cards and, again, use Thrawn's ability. I think we're going to go Bosk. We need the pressure. And by go Bosk, I meant I was going to play him. That has now changed, so great. We have Admiral Mahdi, who's the first time we've seen him come into play. So you can pay 2 to put Mahdi, and when he's defeated, you can ready a black unit, which is Villainy, and another Leia Organa. All right. So 2 and 2 and 2. I will go ahead and definitely exhaust a unit. Action ability. Thrawn, please. Opponent, Leia, and we're going to tap a Leia. They're going to Asteroid Sanctuary to give R2-D2 a shield. Oh, okay. We are going to let's play Snowtrooper Lieutenant. Attack with the unit, yes. Which unit? Let's choose this one and swing on the Fleet Lieutenant. Fleet Lieutenant. Alright, Lieutenant is out, and so is our ISB agent, but we're clearing that board a little bit more. Here comes Ezra Bridger, 3-cost unit. When this unit completes an attack, look at the top card of your deck. You may play it, discard it, or leave it there. So, again, annoying and annoying. Leia has one more play left and 1 resource. We have 3 resources left. Let's go ahead and play our cell block guard. We're not going to put Thrawn out this turn. Oh, no, we are now. Okay, let's put Thrawn out. We have the time. Let's put him out there. They're going to swing with the wing leader, and we're going to just pass. The difference here is not very high. We're looking at a 6 HP difference. So let's take the initiative, and that Leia is now going to untap unless we deal with it. 6 cards left. We can play. No, it's kind of all these. We're going to keep. All right, TIE Fighter for 1 and a Shoot First for 1. We're not tapping down anything except R2-D2 if we use Grand Admiral Thrawn's ability. So let's go ahead and play Asteroid Sanctuary, tap Leia Organa, and put a shield on this cell block guard. R2-D2 swings on the guard to remove the shield. Let's return Ezra Bridger to the opponent's hand. They play Rebel Pathfinder with Saboteur. That's no good. We're not tapping down anything. We already know that this turn. So let's go ahead and swing on the Pathfinder with Greedo to finish him off. Again, we got to stay aggressive here because if they play a General Dodonna, all Rebel units are going to get +1/+1. If they play a Admiral Akbar, they'll do unit damage to a ground unit based on how many ground units they happen to play. So you really want to keep those things going. Discard a card up top of your deck and try to deal 2 damage to a unit. We can't do that because we have actually a 1-cost TIE Fighter, I believe. Okay. Still our turn. Opponent has nothing else they can be doing. Let's finish off, or start putting some damage here on the base, dropping them to 20. They'll play an Ezra, giving us a little bit more time again. We'll swing on the base. Alright, the AI will swing with the wing leader, and we will take the initiative. It is now 18-15. There is a 3-point difference with Leia being in the lead. And you know what I hit? Did anyone catch that? That I hit pass instead of take initiative? So, yeah. This is one of the problems with online play in any type of game is you can just misclick and there's no going back. I think it's so annoying. I wish that option was there just to go back, but I get it. It's not always going to be that way. We're going to keep all cards in hand. Let's see what's on the top card of our deck. It's another ISB agent for 1. Opponent has Millennium Falcon. Now look at the ridiculousness of the Falcon. It's good, but should it be 3 cost? Because almost everything in here is 3. And this unit enters play ready, so it's already going to untap and be able to hit you. When you ready cards during your regroup phase, you can pay 1, or you return this unit to its owner's hand. So it has a penalty, but immediately it's skipping actions and being able to swing. It's skipping turns and swinging. Also, at least it's not a Rebel Falcon. It's a piece of junk Falcon, so I think maybe eventually we'll see a Rebel one, but I just think that is such a high cost. All right, first thing that happens is the Wing Leader swings on us. Okay. Let's play Subblock Guard. Here comes that Falcon untapping right now. That's cool. Action ability. Give a non-linear unit -4 for the phase. We're going to choose the Falcon. Ezra Bridger's going to swing on our Subblock Guard to finish him off. Okay, well, we took care of a Falcon and she played a second Falcon. Now, when you play a unique unit, you can choose which one can leave play. So you chose the one that already had -4, -0. So that's not cool. Again, we have no way of stopping this Falcon at this time. So let's play Admiral Mahdi. Leia Organa's going to swing, hitting our base for 2, dropping us to 11. Grand Admiral's going to swing. Again, I don't think anyone has anything that I can use to tap down a 5 or a 3 cost unit. She's still going to swing with Leia Organa. I'm going to swing with the Snowtrooper Lieutenant. Try to keep this a little bit even. All right, 4. Timmy Bunn. I don't know if this is going to do it. Oh, it's going to do it. Let's take the initiative. Let's not hit pass. All right, 3 1-cost cards. None of this is good, people. None of it. We have a No Good to Me Dead. I'd love to draw that right now. And a C-3PO. Okay, we can only tap Leia Organa down. Let's swing with Mahdi. Nope. When it's defeated, you may ready a unit. Yeah, not helpful. This is all bad, everyone. It's all bad. Let's go ahead and swing on Leia Organa. Non-leader. Takes out my lieutenant. Leia Organa swings with raid 1 for 4, finishing us off, and gets the overkill by being able to swing with another Rebel unit and put a unit into play. So, there we go. Timmy B, we tried your 3 decks. I could have done a little bit more playtesting with them, but I think it's fun. You know, not my first time playing anything you built. And I had a lot of fun with that. So again, if you liked seeing Tim's deck, you can find the description down there below. The link in the description below, and you can find it on swudb.com, Star Wars Unlimited Deck Builder, under I'm Blue, Dabu Die, Tim Bunn. So I found it in the Hot Decks section. Yeah, fun. Had a lot of fun with it. Again, has a lot of the regular stuff that we're seeing played with Thrawn at this time, but we're seeing some fun things like Cunning, which we didn't get a chance to play. And yeah, so I had a lot of fun with it. Excited to try this next one. Let's take a look. Next one is Thrawn Green by TheRebelPebble. Taking a quick look at the deck, we see a couple of similar cards: Greedo, Syndicate Lackey, a 7 Fleet Defender. Let's see what they changed here. So for green, they're playing Agent Callus with Ambush. Grand Moff Tarkin. When played, search the top 5 cards of your deck for up to 2 Imperial cards, reveal them, and draw them. Enjoy it. Seasoned Shore Trooper. When you control 6 or more resources, it gets +2/+0. Super Laser Technician. When it dies, put it into the resource and ready it. Viper Probe Droids. When you play, look in an opponent's hand. The Chimera flagship here. Shielded, and on attack, name a card. An opponent reveals their hand and discards a card with that name on it. So that's where the Probe Droids come into play. The Devastator. Oh, look at this Star Destroyer. I am such a fan of Star Destroyers. If you played the Star Wars CCG game by Decipher, it had some of the best, um, sorry, the best Star Destroyer art you would see. A lot of it just taken straight from the movie, a lot of it CGI. Um, just was really great. You would see even fun things of unique ones, non-unique ones. You got the Executor was a location because it was so big. It was just awesome. I'm a big fan of Star Destroyers. Anytime I can see Star Wars in the theaters and you pan on just a Star Destroyer's large mass, and it is just so good. It's so good. So here we see an Imperial vehicle, capital ship, 10-10 for 10, Sentinel. So it has to block anything that's coming its way. Overwhelm, meaning when it attacks, it will deal any damage that isn't needed to kill the unit will go to the base, and when played, you may deal damage to a unit equal to the number of resources you control, which could be 10 or could be 7. So good. Overwhelming Barrage, my favorite green card. Give a friendly unit +2/+2 for this phase, then it deals damage equal to its power divided as you choose among any number of other units. So this is where I think Thrawn with green is really good to kind of go up against these Leia decks here. Resupply to fill up your resource pile. Shoot first, so just kind of getting around taking damage, and surprise strike. You're not going to get around the damage, but you're going to be able to kill something. So, all right, I like it. I like it. So again, built by TheRebelPebble. You can find this on swutb.com under Hot Decks, or you have a link in my description below. So player 1, please. You know what? Player 2. Let's put it up against Leia Organa. Let's see how this goes. All right, back to the game board. Mulligan? No mulligan. It's always nice when you have big ships because you can just choose those. I think not big ships, but really anything that's 6 or higher. I feel like it just kind of really tells you you might as well play the resource, right? If you're going to hold on to it, you better have a quicker way of getting to those cards, which, although there are some ways of putting resources into play, we're not running anything that's going to cheat this out. So both cards are going to go to the resource pile, especially against a deck like Leia Tempo. All right, Chimera is the top of our deck, which is 8, and they got an Asteroid Sanctuary. Nothing to worry about, but we have nothing to play at this turn. We're going to pass. And the reason why we're going to pass is because Princess Leia has a couple of 1-cost units that she can mess around with, or she can run just anything wild. So might as well pass. First turn, nothing happens. Let's take the initiative. This Pathfinder can be very annoying. We're going to drop our second Chimera. If we can make it to 8, we're doing pretty good, but let's get rid of it. No Good to Be Dead, a 2-cost card, and they have an Organa on the top of their deck. We're going to go ahead and use the ability. Reveal the opponent's deck. We know it's a Leia. We're going to tap this Pathfinder. And here comes R2-D2. Look at the top card of your deck, and you can put it on the bottom. Not sure what they chose, but we're just going to take the initiative. Now, Rebel Pebbles decided to start with Command Center. Generic green base, which is fine. No problem here. 30 health, I'll take that. Man, we have nothing but 5-cost cards. We're going to get rid of the lackeys, I think. We're going to at least put something into play. 4-cost, a Tide Vance, and a Rebel Operative. So this is not a card I like to see. I'd like to kill this one pretty quick because it has Saboteur in Raid 2. So it'll get past our Sentinel and our shields, and it'll get +2. So it's a 4/4 when it attacks our base. No thanks. Yep, let's do an ability. We'll do an opponent's deck, 3 cost. We'll tap the Pathfinder since it hits a little stronger. They're going to tap their Leia to attack with a Rebel unit, and then they can attack with another Rebel unit. Well, guess what? There's just one Leia. Nothing for you. We'll play our defender here to give a shield. They will play Leia Organa, which will ready one of their resources, putting them back to 3. I have nothing else to do, no options left to play, so we're just going to take the initiative. And apparently they didn't have any options either. That's really surprising, honestly. Tough. Now, Agent Callus is really good against this Leia deck, I think, because he has ambush, he'll hit for 4, and when another unique unit is defeated, you may draw a card. So immediately, I could swing on R2-D2, take 1 damage, and get a card from that. I like it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that this turn, but I would like to do it this turn. We're going to need to be swinging, that's for sure. I think we're going to get rid of Surprise Strike. All right. 3 cost, Subblock Guard. And that 4 cost General Dodonna is not what I want to see. Dodonna is going to buff up all their units +1/+1, so we're going to have to kill that pretty quick. We also, Leia can come out this turn, so I'm going to have to tap her when she comes into play. I think I will first action ability. We're going to use Thrawn. Look at the top card of our deck, which is 3. And we're going to tap R2-D2. Here comes that Rogue Operative. Did not want to see that. Let's play Seasoned Shore Trooper. Leia Organa is going to swing on the Shore Trooper to deal 2 damage, which will kill the Leia, which I'm surprised. If anything, she's probably going to drop another Leia. We're going to swing with our 7th Fleet Defender. And here comes another Leia Organa. All right. Not really sure if she tapped anything. Weird. Oh, she's probably ready to resource. Okay. We're not going to take the initiative here. We're going to pass. I want them to play Princess Leia so we can run No Good to Me Dead. Come on. Pass. There she is. By playing No Good to Me Dead, we'll be exhausting Leia for 2 turns. We are going to lose initiative, but it's a better play. Because when Leia swings, she'll swing with someone else and could trigger multiple other effects. Let's pass. This operative is probably going to swing on us first if the AI is smart, but the AI is not always that smart. All right, we have a resupply, which is 3, and they have an Agent Callus, which is 5. And there's Mr. Dodonna. 4/4. No thank you. Callus is going to have to take care of this one himself. And we're going to get rid of Dodonna here, and we're going to draw a card, which is that resupply. We are then going to use another ability to choose an opponent's deck, which is Callus for 5, and we are going to tap down the operative. R2-D2 is going to swing. Let's also do an action ability here to activate Thrawn. Leia swings on our base for 2. We're going to swing on their base for 3, and then we will swing again as the opponent takes the initiative with Thrawn for 3. Nothing to exhaust. We're going to be a little bit ahead. It's not a great setup, but we need something here. We're really going to be using this overwhelming barrage here soon. We'll get rid of the lackey. Right now, if we use the barrage, we're going to be able to hit for 6. We can tap down something for 2 or 8. So there's home 1. That'll be coming out pretty soon. Here comes Agent Callus, swinging on Thrawn, but cannot kill him. That was a bad move. We're going to play Overwhelming Barrage. Which unit to give +2/+2? We'll choose Thrawn. 2 damage on Leia Organa, up to 5. Oh, yeah, it's up to 5, sorry. Let's split this up. Let's do 0 to Leia. Oh, apparently I have to click 1 because I clicked Leia. 1 there, up to 4 damage somewhere else. 2 on the Pathfinder. 2 more damage remaining. Let's take out... Gets 2 here. Take out the other Leia Organa. Alright, R2-D2 swings. For some reason, decides to swing on Grand Admiral, taking him out. Grand Admiral again has +2 this turn. And they have 5 damage out of 9. So we'll hit for 5. We're going to go ahead and take out Leia Organa. And we're going to tap down the Rogue Operative. Reveal top card of a player's deck? Yes. Theirs. I forgot they have an Akbar now because they drew a card. Or put home 1 on the bottom, sorry. Played another R2-D2. We're going to swing on their base with the 7th Fleet Defender for 3. The opponent takes the initiative, and we're going to pass. Alright, I think we're doing pretty well. TheRebelPebble here with this green-yellow Thrawn. I'm digging it. We're going to get rid of the Viper Probe Droid. We have a Callus for 5, and they have a Wing Leader. Callus is going to swing on our base instead of Thrawn for some reason, when they could have got the card advantage. Okay. Let's swing 8. We'll swing on the base. We are going to tap a unit. We're going to choose our deck, because we have the Callus, to tap down the Operatives, which gives a 4/4 when it attacks our base. Here comes home 1 with Restore 2, so it will heal the base every time it attacks. It also gives all other friendly units Restore 1. And when play a white unit from your discard pile, it costs 3 less. So Leia Organa comes into play for free, giving them a resource. Not cool. Alright. They still have R2-D2, which they can use to attack our Thrawn. I'm just going to make them work for it. 2 experience tokens on Thrawn. Alright, didn't swing on that. That's good. We're going to play Resupply. Put a unit in there. And we'll just swing on the base because the AI already has initiative next turn. Let's pass. Alright, we will be able to play a Devastator. No problem. I think we'll just get rid of a Devastator then. No? You're no good to me, Dad. I like everything else. 3 Resupply, 2 C-3PO. Opponent goes first, swinging with Callus. Again, not on Thrawn, which would give them a card. That I don't understand. We'll swing on their base. Reveal top card of the deck. We'll reveal our Resupply, and we will tap their Rogue Operative. Here comes Millennium Falcon into play, untapped. Let's play the Devastator. So remember, Devastator has Sentinel and Overwhelmed. And when it comes into play, deal damage to a unit equal to the number of resources you control, which is 10. So let's just clear the board here. Alright. Swing with the TIE Advanced on Administrator's Tower for 3. They'll play C3PO to look at the top card of their deck. We'll swing on the tower again for another 3. Leia's going to swing with the home 1. Not going to get through the Devastator, just going to destroy home 1 there. And we're going to take the initiative. Falcon has to attack Devastator. Now, interesting, I feel like the Falcon should have had Saboteur, but maybe we'll see that more for like a Rebel, built Falcon. All right. None of this really matters. We're going to keep it all. 2 and 3. Let's go ahead and play a card. I'm going to play another Devastator. And we're just going to do 10 damage to something. We'll just pick there. All right, they play another home 1, and a General Dodonna gets to come into play. That's ridiculous. Let's finish this off. 5 damage with Grand Admiral Thrawn. Yes, we'll reveal a deck. I have a 2. We will tap Leia Organa. Hit them for 2. C3PO will go ahead and attack for 1. Unfortunately, since Callus is not a Rebel unit, she cannot attack with 2 units. And we'll finish it up. There we go. All right, RebelPebble giving us the advantage we need to take out a Leia Organa tempo. That's great. That is great. All right, let's go ahead and load new decks. All right, Leia is destroyed. Let's go ahead and move to Vader. Select as player 2 a Vader control deck. Let's see how this goes. Ooh, I like this setup already. Okay, no mulligan. Oh, Vader's mulliganing? Okay, alright, AI. Alright. I think we're going to go ahead and get rid of the lackeys and Callus for now. They're both good, but they're both 5. 1 cost and a 1 cost. Alright, we're not doing anything. Take initiative. No one's attacking this turn. Perfect. Shoot first is always going to be better than strike first, honestly. We have a 3-drop Technician, and they have a Force Choke. Let's make them play that Force Choke next turn. We'll play our Super Laser Technician. Of course, their Snow Trooper will avoid it, for good reason. We'll take the initiative, and here comes a Death Trooper, which will do 2 damage to the Lieutenant, 2 damage to our Technician. And we'll just go ahead and put the Technician in as a resource then. Well, we can get to this Devastator a little quicker, but I'm going to go for it. Let's keep it. Cell Block Guard on top card of our deck. They also have that. Alright. Reveal the opponents is a 3-cost Fang unit. We'll tap the Death Trooper and they pass. Okay, I like that. Well, we can play Tarkin and find 2 cards that are Imperial and reveal them. I do want more Technicians. But I'd rather see the resupply. So let's just go the slow route. Okay. Get rid of the droid. Alright. Overwhelming Barrage for 5. I dig it. And an Entrench there. They'll play a TIE Fighter. No problem. Not a TIE Fighter. They'll play a Lightsaber. Way different. Let's exhaust a unit. We'll show ours. We're exhausting the Death Trooper. Here comes that Force Choke. Yeah, and we'll draw a card. Cool, this Vader's dumb. Oh, you're dumb. We can play 2 guards. Let's play 2 cards. Vader's going to go first, and Vader is just putting more and more onto this Death Trooper. I have a feeling this Death Trooper is probably going to get another upgrade put on him before they attack, which is fine by me because Grand Admiral will just find a way of tapping them down. All right, we'll pass. Okay, so we have gone up 2 more resources from our opponent, so we're getting closer to this Devastator. We're going to drop the 7th Fleet. We're at 8, so 2 more turns. Actually, it's going to be next turn because I'm going to drop this resupply. We reveal a 3-cost card from the top of our deck and another lightsaber. Ooh, 7 damage from I Am Your Father. Who are you targeting? Player 2 is targeting Grand Admiral Thrawn for 7. 7 on Thrawn's not going to kill him. That's fine. Let's just take the 7. You're not drawing 3 cards on me, Vader. What a waste. What a waste. Swing with the Grand Admiral. Reveal the top card of a player's deck to exhaust a unit. Yep, we'll choose ours. There you go. You can see we have that AI. There you go. Your Death Trooper is now stopped again. And that is just a strong, strong Death Trooper. But honestly, we don't care. Let's resupply. Alright, Vader uses his ability because they played that lightsaber, so they can deal 1 damage to a base and 1 damage to a unit. I'm just going to take the initiative because Vader's not going to do anything else. And I really want to play this Devastator. So, ooh. 7th Fleet Defender, I guess. I love this. TheRebelPebble. This is a fun, fun deck. Chimera's top card, lightsaber. We'll just play it. Let's just get rid of this trooper. It is such a waste, honestly, but I mean, well, the trooper has 9 health. It would have just been cooler to kill that Darth Vader, right? But we have answers for that. I forgot this Death Trooper has shields. Okay. Boom, shields. You guys know shields prevent all damage, not just 1 point, all damage that's delivered in 1 instance. Alright, well, whatever. Swinging on this base. I think we pick ours. Yes, Chimera. Death Trooper is tapped. Swing on their base for 3, and another lightsaber. I don't think this AI knows how to play Darth Vader. You're putting these on a Force unit. Alright, well that was fun. Let's take the initiative. Player 2 puts down Darth Vader. Darth Vader is going to swing, deal 2 damage to a unit when it attacks. Doesn't kill Grand Admiral for some reason. But takes out both cell block guards. Just like a maniac he is. Alright. We're at 10. I don't really need to play any of that. Let's move on. Viper Droid for 2, Fallen Lightsaber for 3. We need to take out Vader, who is an 8. And maybe this guy. Alright, well, play card. We're going to play Overwhelming Barrage because we can play this twice. 12 damage, no problem. We're going to start with Lord Vader here. Nope, we're going to start with the Death Trooper because all these lightsabers deal damage. I mean, either way, Thrawn's not going to live. So, we're going to have to do something here. 3, so 5 damage. 7? We'll do here. So 3, so let's do 5 more. Vader is destroyed, and we'll do 7 onto the Death Trooper. Wow, we just got vanquished. Defeated non-leader unit for 5. That is great. That is great. Good job. Good job. You must think you're so cool. Well, you're not. Attack with a unit. We're going to shoot first. Death Trooper, you're out of here. I don't need to look at the top card of my deck because there's no more units to tap. So, apparently the Death Trooper was stronger than I thought. I should do the maths. Do the maths. All right, Tarkin will come into play. We're going to look for a couple more Imperial units. We'll take the Agent Callus. Should probably take this Viper Droid as well because we have the Chimera in our hand. Wow, Tarkin takes 18 damage. I literally have no idea how much health this trooper has because of all these abilities. So they 1, 2, 3, 12, 15, 16. I have no idea. Take the initiative. All right, another triple chimeras here. That's all right. I'll just play one, I guess. Why not? All right. Good to be dead. 2 and a 2. So we cannot tap the Death Trooper, but we can attack it. I have no idea if we're going to kill it, but that's the play we're going with. So let's have fun. Boom! Dead. 18 damage. That is ridiculous. That is 2 hits, and I'm just destroyed there. All right, we'll play the Shore Trooper, and we'll pass. All right. I think we're good. I think we'll just keep. I'll get rid of another Chimera. Why not? Callus and a Palpatine on their end. Play a card. That's right. Chimera will now protect itself. Hopefully. Because it's shielded. Play another card. Because the opponent's already done. That's right. Swing. Well, they're definitely going to be playing that Palpatine. What else are they going to have in their hand, though? Entrenched, lightsaber, Palpatine. So we have some ideas. Entrenched, Palpatine. Okay. No. Another overwhelming barrage, another takedown. Yep, Palpatine goes that way. Splits up the damage, eats my shield. That's okay. We're going to swing on their base for 8. And we have to name a card. Fallen Lightsaber. How did we know? Yep, that gets removed. Perfect. All right, play another card. Yep, Devastator. 12 damage on Emperor Palpatine. Yep. How's that feel? Pass. Our Rebel Pebble got us there. Again, really fun deck. I love playing Imperial Star Destroyers. I think there's some stuff here I would tweak, and I may just do that a bit. But I'm having a lot of fun, really. So 12 resources, 2 powerhouse Star Destroyers on the field where I can just keep tapping stuff down. Even this ATST, it is not a problem. You know, just for the fun of it, right? We can just play Overwhelming Barrage, Devastator, do 12 damage to something. I'll choose the ATST. Oh no, Vader hits us for 1. All right. And that is the end of this match. This was a great one. So we took 5 damage total. I'm impressed. I had a lot of fun with this one. Good stuff. Let's go back and try something else. A lot of fun with this. So again, appreciate everyone coming in, watching the stream so far. We've just been playtesting some Grand Admiral Thrawn, and you can see the decks we've been trying out in the description below. We have done Grand Admirals, I'm Blue, Dabu Deep Dabu Die by Tim Bunn, a local I know from the Tulsa area, and I know he's the first world champion for the game Skytear. Tim is great, and he built this great one. You'll find a description there. That is Yellow, Yellow, Black. Had a lot of fun with that one. We just got done finishing up Thrawn Green by TheRebelPebble. You can see that description below as well. All these decks are found in Star Wars UnlimitedDB.com, so SWUDB.com. You can download them and play them here on Force Table or add them to TTS to play against other opponents. So yeah, had a lot of fun with that. I'm going to try one more. It's a deck that I built just for fun. I don't think I am going to enjoy it as much as I enjoyed this Thrawn Green, but let's just kind of get to that and try it out. All right, that's why we're here. Let's go up against Vader Control again. Let's get going. All right, so this deck is going to be yellow, black, and red Thrawn. So it's going to focus a little bit more on some vehicles, a couple of combat tricks. It's going to be similar to the green-black that we were just playing. But let's see how it does here. Both are chimeras. So the thing in this deck is I only run 2 chimeras. So I can't really drop both of them. I mean, I could, I'll just never play them, which is also fine. So we're not going to take a mulligan, because why take a mulligan? Let's just see how the deck does in any scenario. Both chimeras are going to go down as the resources here. Top card of our deck, using Thrawn's ability, we're going to see a 1 cost, and for their deck, a 4 cost. So we can tap down anything that is 4 or less using the top card of the opponent's deck. Let's play a TIE Fighter. I'll drop an Imperial Death Star Trooper. Now the problem here is Vader's going to use that ability for 1 to go ahead and kill our TIE Fighter, so that was kind of a waste. Not really a waste. I mean, Vader could have played anything else, but they went with that, which is what Vader does. They'll deal 1 damage. We'll take the initiative. We'll lose this TIE Fighter. So it's gone. Our base will take 1 damage. All right, opponent passes the turn. We get 2 new cards. Waylay is going to be really good as Vader keeps building on other units with those lightsabers. This TIE Fighter is also going to give us a little bit of card advantage. Shoot First is going to be helpful, but we don't really have any units yet, so let's get rid of Shoot First. Vader's going to be hitting us on this ground game pretty quick. We have No Good to Me Dead, which is a 2 cost, and they have an ATSD, which is 6. We're going to go ahead and use Thrawn's ability because I have a feeling the Stormtrooper may get a lightsaber on it and swing. Oh, worse, it gets entrenched. Luckily, entrenched cannot hit our base, so as long as we don't play any ground units, we're good. We'll play a Gil TIE Fighter. And Vader takes the initiative. All right, smart move by the AI there. So the Gil TIE Fighter does a couple of fun things here. We can pay 2 to draw a card. Now, paying 2 sounds horrible to draw 1 card, but it really can help when we're trying to control this game, and that's the idea of the deck, is to control the matchup. We've seen how Vader plays in the last 2 decks, and again, Vader is not going to put that many space units into play, and now that it has entrenched on that Death Star Trooper, it has a 6/4 on the field that can't hit anything but a unit. So we can kind of wait a little bit to mess around with the Death Star Trooper. Now we need to drop a card as a resource. And No Good to Me Dead is going to buy us a little bit more time for when that Vader comes out. So I think we're going to get rid of Veers. Veers is just a target. As soon as Veers hits play, he's dead. So no point in running him right now. A 3-cost Waylay, and there's that lightsaber. Fallen Lightsaber, just so you know, you can attach to a non-vehicle unit, and if attached unit is a force unit, it gains on attack deal 1 damage to each ground unit the defending player controls. The AI may just throw these on a Death Star Stormtrooper, but we'll see. So that Imperial Interceptor that I knew was coming got played, which dealt 3 damage to our TIE Fighter, which is annoying. There really isn't anything else to do. This Death Star Trooper is not going to attack. There's no reason I can tap it. Vader's going to deal 1 damage to our base. And I don't really want to bounce anything to their hand yet. We could bounce this Stormtrooper, but I'd rather him waste more upgrades. So we'll take the initiative. Bad play, good play? You tell me. I'm just having fun. I like all these cards. These are all good cards. The agent will do 1 damage to something, which will not matter, honestly. So the agent, I guess. We need some spaceships. Open Fire sitting in our hand, which is a 3-cost kill spell, and a Forced Choke, which is a 5-cost destroy event. You didn't make sure I say event, not spells. So I will draw a card when they play this on a non-vehicle unit, which means it will have to be in the ground area here. If I can get to a Chimera, which I've already gotten rid of 2 of them, would be pretty good. But I don't know. We can control this game. We have some options. Let's just see what happens here. We have a 3-cost and another 3-cost, so we can tap down the Stormtrooper. I think, okay, I got it. We're going to use Thrawn's ability. We're going to reveal the top card of the deck, the opponent's, not ours. And we're just going to tap that Death Star Trooper. Here comes a TIE Fighter. And... Man, there really isn't anything to do. We can take 3 this turn. We'll take in 3 this turn. Stormtrooper, Death Trooper comes into play, hitting their own trooper for 2, which is silly. And they deal 1 damage to their unit, deal 1 damage to the base, and they should swing with the Interceptor for an additional 3 after they get the shield. Alright. Vader control is being built, that is for sure. Lots of events. I gotta start using them, that's for sure. I'm gonna go to 5 so I can play 2 events this turn. I guess it's a waylay because we got 2 of those. Alright. I have an Emperor Palpatine and they have a Vanquish. So they'll have an option to get rid of a vehicle when I play it, but we're gonna go ahead and waylay their Death Trooper. So when they play it again, they have to take 2 more damage. And this card is dumb. I don't have an answer for that yet. So let's go ahead and play No Good to Me Dead. On... That ATST is not going to attack this turn. But I've already played this card, so that was a mistake. That was fear. AI has me on tilt? That's ridiculous. Alright, Interceptor goes tapped for 2 turns. We'll take 1 damage here. There isn't anything else to do. We can activate Thrawn, but we're going to take the initiative. There's our Palpatine, and we have maximum firepower. Firepower we're just going to have to play because we're not ever going to have 2 units out with the amount of Force Chokes I've been seeing over there and Vanquishes going to the opponent's hand. 7/7. This means Vader is going to come into play. We have a 2-cost card on top of our deck and a 5-cost card on top of their deck, which means they're going to have a second Vanquish. So when Vader comes into play, he's a 5/8, and on attack will deal 2 damage to units. We are going to go ahead and waylay the ATST. Opponent's going to pay 6 to put the ATST back out. That's understandable. We'll do an action ability. Look at the top card of our deck, or sorry, the opponent's deck, which is 5. And we'll just go ahead and tap the TIE Fighter. Alright, Vader's going to use their ability to damage one of their units and to swing on our base for 1. We're going to we'll activate Thrawn. Deploy him. AI deploys Vader, which is exactly what they should do. And we're going to tap Vader for 2 turns. And I forgot that this trooper has entrenched in 6, so it's this swing. I would rather keep initiative. So we're going to pass. We're not going to deal 3 damage to their base. We really want to get out this Emperor Palpatine. Let's drop the probe droid. Okay. I'd rather keep both Palpatines because he may not survive. Top card of our deck is a 3, 7 Fleet Defender. And they have a TIE Fighter. So we can tap down just a TIE Fighter this turn. Alright, when Palpatine comes in, he deals 6 divided among units. So let's have some fun with that. Palpatine will come into play, and I need to wipe the board a little bit here. So 1 on this unit, 1 on this unit, and let's go 4 on, 4 on the ATSD. Death Trooper comes into play to deal 2 damage to the ATST and 1 damage to Thrawn, or 2 damage to Thrawn. This time we're going to attack with Thrawn. And I mean, we don't have anything we can tap, so no. We should have attacked the ATSD, but we did not. That was my mistake. They played the Vanquish, which I knew they had 2, which is why we kept the Palpatine. And the ATST is destroyed. So I really should have attacked the ATST because I would have at least not taken the extra damage. But things happen, and this is where we are now. Alright. Now, as soon as I play this Palpatine, he will get vanquished, but we can take out that Vader, which is important. We have General Veers, a 3 cost, and an I'm Your Father. Actually, he can't take out Vader. But it'd be close. 2 damage to a unit. Sure. Boss will come into play with Ambush. And we'll go ahead and swing on the Death Trooper. Alright. Boss will take 3 damage. There's the Vanquish. Okay. Let's play a open fire on Vader for 4, sorry. We'll play a TIE Fighter. The thing is, as soon as Vader attacks, he's going to kill this Death Star Trooper. He's not going to waste a Vanquish on it. They don't have the resources for it. I can't tap anything down, so we're going to take the initiative. And we'll take 5 on our base, going from down to 12. So 17 to 12. It is now a 22 to 12 game. We'll keep. Veers is going to get blasted by a Vanquish. Death Trooper. So 2 3 cost cards. I do want to see what the enemy does here. Yep, there's a takedown. So defeat a unit with HP with 5 HP or less. 5 or less remaining HP. Okay. Let's play a Death Star Stormtrooper. There's the takedown. So a lot of kill spells here. Here's another Veers. Let's see what you got, Vader. Swings on our base for 1. I could have tapped that down, but I really wanted to see what Vader was going to do. And we'll take the initiative. Vader will do 2 damage to all units. 5 on my base. Can I come back from this? Maybe not. But we'll find out. Palpatine can take care of Vader now. And that lightsaber is not going to do anyone any work. Alright, which units do up to 6 damage? Vader, please. We're going to do 4, actually. Which will finish him. And we'll do the remaining 2 to the TIE Fighter there. Palpatine doing the work. Okay, Death Trooper comes into play, deals 2 damage to itself because it has to, and 2 damage to General Veers. Alright, we'll go ahead and... Opponent has so many resources and 2 cards, so we'll attack. Another Death Star Trooper. Finished off my Veers, okay. And we'll take the initiative. And I'm Your Father. 7 damage to Emperor Palpatine, or the opponent draws 2 cards. Yeah, we can't allow it. We're going to allow the opponent to draw 3 cards. Alright. If you were watching the last match when we were running that green, yellow Thrawn, green, yellow, black Thrawn, it definitely was in our favor to just not take the damage. And this time we can't really afford it when we have 5 health and it's a 6 HP Palpatine. Yeah, just not the right move there. There's a No Good to Me Dead and a Death Star Trooper. So we can't tap down the Death Trooper, but we can remove it. We're going to kill it now because I think if we leave it alive, it's just going to get stronger with lightsabers. And we're going to hit with a Force Choke. So we took 5 damage, but we get to draw a card, which is that No Good to Me Dead we saw earlier. Let's go ahead and attack with Palpatine while he's alive to lower this base health. Ugh, there comes a Palpatine. Palpatine. Cell Block Guard with Sentinel. Palpatine's going to have to deal with that one. We'll play a Death Star Trooper. And we will play a Viper Probe Droid. Show me that hand. Lightsaber, Vigilance, and an Interceptor. So space units will take damage, and they can heal 5 from their base and defeat one of my units with 1 event. So I'll be interested to see what the AI does here. So it's a really close game. We're going to keep all these cards. We have a 3 cost top of our deck, and they have a 1. So we're not tapping down Palpatine, who was given a lightsaber, who will deal 1 damage to all units when he attacks. Well, we're just going to tap him. No attacks. Simple enough. No Good to Me Dead will keep Palpatine tapped for 2 turns. So we're going to take advantage of that and just put in some damage into this base. We have 3 3s, so we're going to be able to drop it down to 4. They're going to play a Force Choke and have to hit a non-vehicle. Nope, something. For some reason you can Force Choke a Probe Droid, but they chose not to. All right. Well, it's really close. Really, really close. We're going to go ahead and take the initiative and see if we can get there. So, deal 3 damage to a space unit. Get shields. Okay. We have a 2 cost and a 4 cost. Let's go ahead and attack with a Probe Droid. Get that over with. 3 damage right there. We just have to do 1 more. Death Star Trooper gets a lightsaber, which is annoying. So it has 2 health, meaning I cannot kill it. But I can tap him down. That's fine. I'll use mine. Tap down the unit. Oh, take 30 damage from that. That's unfortunate. And we'll take the initiative. Ah, there it is. There it is. It's the Vader move. They played a black unit, so they can deal 1 damage to a unit and 1 damage to my base, finishing it themselves. Great job on the AI. You know, this was definitely a slug match, just going back and forth. I had a lot of fun with this one, so there's still some tweaks I could do with the deck, which you can find in the description down below, and to see a little bit more with it. So fun stuff, you know, having a lot of fun with Thrawn. Would continue to build some of the decks around him. I think green is really where it's going to be for a lot of people. I think green's going to have a little bit more options that we saw. Really enjoyed playing the Devastator in that build. An Overwhelming Barrage is one of my favorite cards. But again, we were able to get to turn to 10 resources 3 turns early because of cards like Resupply, which you're running 3 of, and 3 of the Super Laser Technician. And when you're running the other Tarkin, you can fetch those Technicians a little quickly. So, worth doing if you haven't seen one yet. But if you've seen 2, it's probably not worth it searching until you can get more resupplies in your hand and play those. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this. I really want to spend a little bit more time with Thrawn going forward. And I think we will in the next couple weeks as we just do more play testing on Tuesdays and do some more sealed events on Saturdays. I appreciate everyone watching, sticking to the end, checking out these decks with me. Again, they're in the description, and you can play games like this on forcetable.net, and you can find decks on swudb.com. Thanks again, and I hope everyone has a great